So to get your torrents working, first thing you want to do, type in uTorrent, just like that. This is the first thing that should come up, so www.utorrent.com. Click on that. Ignore the web version, ignore that. Scroll down, uTorrent Classic, download, run the program. Should automatically open uTorrent. Should look like this. Obviously, you won't have any of the files because you haven't downloaded anything yourself. So this should be empty. You'll get a couple of advertisements, just ignore them up here. Once that's downloaded, come to this link, the Unbloxit link that I'll send you on WhatsApp or something, or Facebook. In here, you've got your torrent sites, streaming sites, sports streams, and direct downloads. For this, if you want to download TV shows or films, you want to use the torrent sites. So I'd recommend using the Pirate Bay, Kick-Ass Torrents. Those are the two main ones I'd wanted to use. Should open up. Pirate Bay is the best one to use for films, TV shows, and then Kick-Ass Torrents less so. That one's not even loading at the moment. Sometimes these websites will go down because they're VPNs and they're sort of illegal. Shouldn't be an issue if you try again in like half an hour. So there shouldn't be any rush if you're trying to download a TV show. You can either search for something in here, like any of these files that I've already looked up, or you can go to the top 100. If you're looking for a film or a TV show to watch, just kind of because you're bored, go to the top 100. Should open up a screen like this. You could go to normal movies, but that's usually quite shit because you can get some bad quality films if they just come out in cinemas. So I'd recommend using HD movies or HD TV shows. Click on that, whatever the top 100 you're looking for, and it should open up a load of files, like a web page like this, where you get all the films that people are watching or torrenting the most of at the moment. So you've got seeders and leeches up here. Don't really worry about the leeches too much. As long as the leeches aren't over the seeders, you shouldn't have a problem. Basically, seeders speed up a download and leeches slow it down. So as long as there's more seeders than leeches, you should be fine. So yeah, these are the top 100 films that people are torrenting right now. They've all got good levels of seeders. As you can see, the less popular the film is, the less seeders you get on that little tab down here. Let's just download the newest Mulan. So click on that file. It should give you some information here, like 1080p. That means it's good quality. It's HD and 5.1 surround sound, which is good sound. It should give you a little description of the film in here, and then what's actually going to be in the file when you download it. So in here, there's going to be the actual film in an MP4, and then there's going to be a picture. So you could, in theory, put the picture onto the actual film so you can actually see what the film looks like in its little tab, but you don't need to do that. So you want to just click this little magnet link in here. It should give you a little pop-up here that says Open uTorrent. Agree with it, hit Open uTorrent. It should open up the torrent and automatically open up a little tab like this that should load for a second. Then it will show you what it's trying to download. So for me, just to make things clean, I never download that because I don't need to see the pictures. I just read the names of the films I'm downloading. I don't need to see the pictures. So I just leave that. Just download the actual film itself. Click OK if you're happy with this. I'd always read through what's in here because sometimes they try and download some extra crap on your computer. It's not usually like viruses or anything, but it's just excess junk you don't need. So I just untick everything but the actual film and maybe subtitles if you need them. But this one doesn't have subtitles, so you don't need to worry about it for this one. Click OK. Should say connecting to peers for a second up top. Then it will shoot down to the bottom. So I'll open this full tab. It should go from connecting to peers, and then it'll shoot down to the bottom and start the download. So it will start at a really slow speed to begin with, and it should speed up pretty quick. You want to get about a megabyte to 2 to 3 megabytes a second, and you get a pretty fast download. You get the film done in about half an hour, maybe less probably, once it gets up to full speed. As you can see, that's really on like 1.2%. And it should give you an estimate pretty quick on how long it's going to take. There you go, 30 minutes. So that's not a bad wait time. You put it on before you eat dinner or something. Once it's finished, you should be able to it will come up with a little thing. Instead of saying finished, it will fill all the way up to the end, and it should just say seeding. Click on it once it's finished. Once it says seeding, right click on it and just click stop. Once it's stopped, it should just say finished. Only stop it once it says seeding though, because otherwise the film won't properly download. It should say seeding, click stop, should say finished. Then you can just double click on the file and it should open up a little screen. Because this one, I've already moved it to a films folder. It's not going to show up for me, but once it's finished and you double click, it should open that up and you should just see, the film Mulan, for example, in there in a little icon. You should just be able to double click it and then it should run. So all Windows or Macs will be able to run MP4s, which is what this is, which won't be an issue. But some people torrent things into .mkv files, which is just a different video file. There's nothing wrong with it, just means that the Windows might not be able to open it properly, so you might need to download VLC Media, which looks like this. But if you have any questions about that, just give me a bell and I'll download it for you or something. Yeah, once it's downloaded, you should just have to double click it. It should run like normal, and you should have your film there. Another thing to add as well is I've got ad blockers on. So I've got ad block like that, and then another ad blocker in there. So as you can see, it says it's blocked 2 ads on this page, and this one has blocked 1 on this page. So if you don't have any ad blockers on, when you try and go through these websites, you'll get a lot of advertisements. Just ignore them. Just exit out of them. If they don't look like anything I've shown you, then just get rid of them. And also, I'd recommend just getting an ad block anyway, just so that you don't have to deal with all the pop-ups constantly from these websites, and you can just get through clean like I have. Okay. If you've got any questions, just send me another message on WhatsApp, okay?